LSU is officially the most overrated, overhyped number 3 team in the nation. They squeak past Florida of all teams after DJ Lagway throws 5 interceptions. We've had a very colorful conversation about that Florida quarterback. LSU sneaks past 20-10. What's going on in Death Valley, bro? Is Billy Napier that solid? Is DJ Lagway really this bad? Answer them at once. Let me know.
Well, first of all, DJ Lagway sucks. DJ Lagway is the worst quarterback in the SEC, probably. 5 interceptions against LSU. The one at the end there on third down, just trying to do too much. They're down 10. All you need to do is just get about 5-6 yards on that play, maybe 7, get your kicker in the field goal range and go from there. And he throws it into triple coverage and he airmailed it, right? Go back several possessions earlier at the end of the half. Again, just trying to get too much in such a short amount of time. He throws it into double or triple coverage earlier at the end of the first half, which led to 3 points for LSU.
That end zone INT
at the end of the first half, going into the second half as well. DJ Lagway sucks. He threw 5 picks. And at the end of the broadcast, they're like, do you move on from Lagway? And they're like, no. Yeah, you do. Like, and I get it. The second string quarterback is probably not that good either. There's a reason why he's the second string. But DJ Lagway sucks. And in the SEC, like,
that type of quarterback play will get you fired.
On DJ Lagway. And if Billy Napier wants to keep his job and live to see the 2026 season, DJ Lagway needs to not suit up. I don't mean move down the depth chart. DJ Lagway should not suit up next week. Like, he needs to sit down and relearn how to read defenses and relearn how to make decisions because he's god awful. He's god awful. Now, you take a look at the LSU side of things. The LSU defense, I felt looked really, really good. I'm going to mention that again later on in the show. But their offense is the problem. They reminded me a lot about they reminding me of the Minnesota Vikings right now, who so far through 2 weeks of football. Last week it didn't cost them against the Bears because the Bears suck, but it cost them this week against the Falcons. Their offense has looked anemic, and when you have Garrett Nussmeier as your quarterback, as talented as he is, there is no reason for this offense to be looking as stale and as stagnant as their offense has looked so far through the first 3 weeks of football. Now, again, I will give credit where credit is due. Spears had a pick 6 and another pick to boot as well. And again, they look great against DJ Lagway getting 5 picks. But again, Nussmeier's supposed to be a Heisman candidate, and he hasn't looked great this season. The LSU offense hasn't looked great this season. And as much as I want to think that the LSU Tigers could be a team to watch out for as a potential opponent for Georgia in the SEC championship game, as we've talked about previously, their offense has to be better. Their defense, I think, is there. Their offense, not so much. So
yeah, their defense is there, which is crazy because Brian Kelly had a bad defense over the last few years.
Yeah, and so it's lovely to see that they have championship level defense, but it seems like they forgot how to play offense. So they got to figure it out, and they got to figure it out quick because if their offense doesn't get it together, their ceiling is an SEC championship runner up, rather than potentially playing in the national championship in January. So we'll see how things go.
Yeah, very well said on all the takeaways there, man. Yes, DJ Lagway is terrible. When you marry yourself to a recruiting ranking like that, and you go off potential, we've talked about it here on NFL with AJL. Potential is good for one thing in the sport of football. It is getting coaches fired. It is getting you not to the starting job, because if you don't have the commitment, if you don't have the execution, if you don't have the schematics, the build, the mindset to be a quarterback, which DJ Lagway unfortunately does not possess a lot of those, not as a human, as the football player. DJ Lagway was the most overhyped player coming into college football this year. You're going to try to tell me that's one of the top quarterbacks in football coming into the year after five interceptions, 3 in the second half, 2 in the fourth quarter? They were all horrible. Throwing into triple coverage, he looks lost in the pocket. 4 of his 5 INTs came on third down. That's money downs. And his decision-making was awful all game long. Those 5 interceptions made him the first Florida quarterback to throw that many since 1992, brother. You have to go back before the internet was really prominent to find a Florida quarterback that did that. LSU is also the most overhyped team in college football right now. I am so tired of watching them squeak by mediocre competition over these last couple of weeks after you beat Clemson, who is not as impressive, and you stay number 3? You keep it close with Louisiana Tech? You cause 5 interceptions against Florida, and you only score 10 points off of 5 turnovers, 20 points total in the game? This is the 3rd best team in the country? But Georgia can come out And yes, like hell, I'm biased because I watch these games, not just because I'm a Georgia fan. Georgia comes out, deals with almost a 2-hour lightning delay against Austin Peay, handles Tennessee, which you get bumped up in the ranking for that. But LSU can play that way and stay, and Georgia can fall after beating another lesser team in Austin Peay worse? I mean, we also saw Alabama still be ranked after losing to Florida State. I didn't understand how Florida State was not a top 10 team when the first AP poll came out. You've got Notre Dame 0-2 as the number 24 team. I just think the committee is probably going to gear up to really piss us off this year, like genuinely, because I don't understand how a team like LSU is truly the third best team in the country with the way that they just played. It's so touch and go with the top 25, and like I know that, but these rankings are looked at week over week. When Ward Manuel a couple of years ago was trying to explain the FSU snub, oh, well, we look at how well you've played and all of your top matchups versus your unranked people and when you lost and how much you lost by. Y'all gonna take a look at this? Because now the committee's going to try to convince us for the rest of the year, and we're going to get into Notre Dame and Texas A&M in just a second. But Notre Dame being number 24, they don't play a regular, they don't play another solid game for the rest of the year. USC's number 25 right now. That game's a month away. So now we get to see how the committee is going to try to job Notre Dame into the top 12 after they're number 24 with no wins in the college football season. Okay, off my soapbox. Let's get back to this game. Lagway's first interception was horrible. And then you come out with a 3-and-out by LSU. Then they get bailed out on a holding call that negates the huge 88-yard touchdown throw for DJ Lagway, into which it should have been really a 20-17 game at not that point. But as this game played out, and this one I just really thought was kind of ugly for both teams. Like neither team had a third down conversion until 20 minutes of game time in. The entire first quarter and 5 minutes through the second quarter. And we had no third down conversions. Garrett Nussmeier threw a dropped INT as well at the beginning of the third quarter. Like they definitely got bailed out by that. LSU had one offensive touchdown in this game, Marcus, and it took them 7.5 minutes to go in the first half to get it. The pick six was their only points of the second half, and they had 3 interceptions in the second half and 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter on DJ Lagway. And you're telling me that Brian Kelly-led offense? I get it. Malik Neighbors gone. BTJ is gone. Jaden Daniels is gone. I'm not trying to give you irrelevant information here, but this is Brian Kelly we're talking about. Like, we talk about Billy Napier keeping his job. How much longer does Brian Kelly get to do this type of stuff? I mean, their offense went almost the final 40 minutes of game time with no points, and that's the number 3 team? The sloppy fumble with 11 minutes to go, and then Garrett Nussmeier throws another DJ Lagway-type interception with just a holding being called, which was crazy within itself. Not another INT. That was Nussmeier's only INT of the game. But LSU's offense was just inefficient. It was low volume. They had 52 plays, and they went 4 for 14 on third down. They couldn't sustain drives. The defense and the special teams, which really was doing the field position work, they did the heavy lifting. Brian Kelly even had the nerve to get pissed in the post-game presser because we're asking you, how do you score 10? How are you scoring an average of a safety off of 5 interceptions?
No, that's
At
a great
home
point.
in Death Valley.
It's a great point.
At home in Death Valley. You're really getting irritated about that? This is the same Brian Kelly who banged his hand on the table when you lost to Miller Moss and Lincoln Riley and USC, who are an absolute joke right now in college football. But again, that's the number 3 team. Plus, you didn't get many extra possessions to chew on. Like this shows you why LSU is not the number 3 team, Marcus. Florida dominated time of possession, 37 minutes and 46 seconds to 22 minutes and 14 seconds. They ran 76 plays to LSU's 52, which clearly means LSU had fewer total chances to pile on points despite the turnovers. So it's like, did they really have fewer chances? The plays might show it, but they stole 5 possessions. They stole 5.
Yeah.
Most teams just want to steal 1, maybe 2. They stole 5. 5 times the average that most teams want to steal in a game. And Florida held the ball for 62% of this game. You had several short LSU possessions and punts between the interceptions from DJ Lagway. You were outgained 366 to 316, and you still lost. You better be writing a love letter to DJ Lagway and Billy Napier, who, speaking of the Florida head coach and Billy Napier, I can't even believe, like, it's what you're supposed to do as a head coach to give your guy confidence, but publicly backing DJ Lagway. But it's clearly conditional. because he admitted that coaching is responsible and signaled that the staff has to be cleaner. There has to be better play calls. There has to be better timing. So this is huge to me. I've got my eye all over this, and I'm just floored genuinely that LSU is really being dubbed as the third best team in college football right now. Texas A&M wins an absolute barn burner over Notre Dame, who I picked, but I thought Marcus Freeman was that guy, but I think he got really outcoached in this one, especially with the Notre Dame defense that was on lock last year in the college football playoffs.